In this video, let us learn the important technique of how to detect up and down stairs. Once you follow the instructions in this video, you will be able to recognize stairs and understand how different the musical tone feedback is when compared to level ground. You will also learn the differences between level ground, upstairs, downstairs, and getting close to a wall. Set AUSION to 2-meter range and hold AUSION in a way that it points down, and use the vertical scanning technique that has been described earlier. As you have learned already in the ground level detection video, when you walk forward and scan down, when you hear one single constant musical tone, it means that the ground in front of you is level and you are at a constant distance from it. As you walk forward and point AUSION below, if you hear multiple tones, it means that either there are obstacles near your feet or you are close to stairs that are going up. When you are close to upstairs and you perform the vertical scanning technique, you will get a distinct set of musical sounds that are very different when compared to the constant tone you get when walking on level ground. This pattern is also very different when compared to getting closer to a wall. When walking on level ground, you get this kind of feedback. When you're getting close to a wall, you will hear this pattern. But as the ultrasound waves get reflected from the stairs, it creates a very different and distinct pattern that is significantly different when compared to a level ground. The pattern that you get when upstairs is present is something like this. The person will demonstrate it again so that you can clearly get the difference. Once you hear this pattern of feedback and confirm that it is stairs, you can search for the side railings, hold them, and walk up safely. Use your hands to feel for the angle in the railings to recognize when the stairs end. The railings will change to a horizontal pattern when there is a landing or end of stairs. It is important that you use other stimulus, feeling railings with hands and edge of stairs with legs, in addition to the mobility aid when you're climbing stairs. A combination of multiple stimuli will help you to create a map of the environment in your mind to move safely. We encourage you to experience this in a safe setting like your home, along with a mobility instructor or a family member. Please experience a difference in the musical notes and compare walking on level ground and when you come close to an upstairs. Practice this until you can immediately recognize this pattern. Now, let us learn the very important part of how to detect a downstairs or sudden depressions in the ground level. It is important to learn about the device and its feedback before you go outside alone. Also, we strongly encourage you to practice this in a safe environment until you are immediately able to recognize this pattern. When you perform the vertical scanning technique, that is, as you are pointing AUSION down near your legs and you do not hear any musical note as feedback, this means a potentially dangerous situation. You are very close to a downstairs or there is a sudden hole or depression in the ground. If you are pointing down, set to 3-meter range, and if you still do not get any musical note, then this is a situation where you have to be extremely careful. We suggest that you can use your white cane or seek for external help in this case. Once again, we repeat, if you are pointing AUSION down and you do not hear any feedback, you have to be extremely careful. This indicates that you are very close to a downstairs or to a sudden slope. You can practice this at your home or in a safe environment where you have a family member or a mobility instructor to help you recognize this important skill of detecting downstairs or deep holes in the ground level. Let us summarize. When AUSION is pointing to the front and you do not hear any musical note as feedback, it is safe to move forward. When you get a very distinct musical pattern as you point to the ground, you are close to an upstairs. You can find the side railings and climb safely. This pattern is like on ground level. When performing the vertical scanning technique, the pattern is like this. Getting close to a wall, you will get this pattern. When AUSION is pointing near your feet and you do not hear any musical notice feedback, you have to be very careful. It means that you are very close to a downstairs or sudden slope in the ground. Please use the white cane to confirm that you can climb down safely in this scenario. As always, training and practice is very important and you should practice sufficiently in a safe environment to gain confidence.